Hey, what's going on, guys? Bot Mentality here, and today is November 24th of 2018. And guys, we have seen some continuation of this bearish breakdown. So I wanted to go ahead and make a quick video here for you guys, give you my thoughts on the market, kind of what I'm doing right now to trade it. And yeah, let's just jump into it, guys. So the very first thing I want to talk about is 10 days ago, I uploaded a video to YouTube on my channel. I was on November 14th, where I just gave an analysis on Bitcoin, and I jumped into a couple other altcoins as well. So one thing you need to understand about this video is in this video, I brought forth many great points. You know, one of the first being the low amount of bearish volume we've seen so far compared to what we saw in previous dumps. The second of, I brought note to the 5,500 area, which was the Mike Novogratz supposed average from when he single-handedly essentially bottomed the market back in, I believe it was back in the end of September. And then I also brought up the point that between 5,000 and 3,000, we did not have any significant support, okay, as far as the technicals go. And so I uploaded that video specifically for you guys, for the people who are constantly PMing me or commenting and asking if they should sell their Bitcoin now. And they're talking about from like a 6,000, 7, 8, 9. Sometimes people were over $10,000 per Bitcoin average. And they were asking me those questions of, where's the support? And so watch this video if you can. I uploaded it 10 days ago, and there were a lot of great points made. You can see now a lot of what I said is coming to fruition. In trading, you need to use if-then statements, and you need to have technical analysis to back it up, at least for my style. And in that video, I made a lot of points that reference that. So that was the video I talked about 10 days ago. Yeah, let's go jump into it. Another thing is, CNBC is pretty much openly mocking Bitcoin. They have been for a while now. But you see here, they say Bitcoin hodlers could really use that ETF now. They could certainly use some help. Okay, they're getting really cheeky, right? They're trying to be funny. They've been making a lot of jokes over a while, because it kind of seems like, we've been downtrending since December. So essentially all of 2018 was a giant downtrend, okay? And of course, when we jump over to the charts, all we saw all year were just lower highs, consistent lower highs all the way down. So this chop fest really caused a lot of people to lose hope. A lot of speculative money left the market, and now we're finally seeing the last bits dump, And so we have CNBC making these jokes, but I've actually thought it was kind of funny that they tweeted this out today as we saw a continuation of breakdown. So as far as what the sentiment is from the general public, pretty much everyone knows about Bitcoin right now. The people that are still holding it are upset that they have been, the majority, right? And then the speculative money, the people that were looking to get in and get rich, they panicked, and this is likely them selling, or they're already out. And the money kind of circulated elsewhere. So we have a situation where everyone knows about Bitcoin. CNBC is essentially openly mocking cryptocurrency, right? And the idea of Bitcoin. And it's not a secret anymore. And now we're seeing a lot of negative feelings sort of, hitting the market as far a negative, what am I trying to say, perception. CNBC and other media outlets are helping to propose this negative, this whole negative vibe around cryptocurrency, the it's a scam vibe, and all these people are holding, and they're losing all their money. So as long as this continues to happen, it's likely that we do continue to see a lack of excitement in cryptocurrency. Once it turns back around and we do a fundamental catalyst, it's likely that we do see more momentum come back. But why is this significant? Because thousands of people are adopting the idea that all Bitcoin does is go down, hundreds of thousands of people, and the price is continuing to confirm that belief. And so a lot of the people that invested in this guy and got burned are not looking to return to the market right now. So all that said, let me jump into this technical analysis, guys. So the very first thing is, again, I'm going to try and repeat as little from my video I made 10 days ago as possible, and really jump into my thoughts of what I'm seeing for right now. Okay, so the very first thing, I'm going to go ahead and draw a reference line at 5,000. It just helps me visualize everything on the chart, okay? That orange line represents 5,000. I'm going to go ahead and draw another line here at 3,000, all right? This blue line is going to represent 3,000, all right? So what did we see but previously? Lower highs from the beginning of 2018 signals that the bulls are staying roughly in the same place. The bulls have been continuing to buy around that 6,000 area, and the bears are moving down. So what was happening, and I've been saying this all year, is the bears are bringing the battle to the front line of the bulls, and if they fail to hold, we're going to see a breakdown on volume. That was pretty much a given. Any basic technical analysis can teach you that. I stopped trading Bitcoin back around July. July, August, it was in this area right here. It was after we saw that reject and we saw the second Fibonacci retracement off the 65.8, if I remember correctly. And I believe it was right in here, right in this area, guys. So around the summer was when I went ahead and just strongly reduced trading. I might have scalped, EOS a couple times here and there for some pocket change, but nothing really exciting. And I just moved my funds over and started trading traditional markets. There's a lot of volume, a lot of liquidity, and that's where the speculative money went. And so we've seen a lot of strong moves in other markets. And so right in this area, we saw these consistent lower highs where the range got too tight. It wasn't even worth trading. Honestly, guys, anything from the beginning of September until now, okay, until the mid-November, that 2-month period was just a crap fest. This is not good trading opportunity here. Nothing was presented here. There was no point to sit here and try to trade this, okay? So anyway, we saw these lower highs. We saw the demand stay in the same spot, and the supply was moving down. I said it's likely we see a break here anytime. We had this tether pump, and a lot of people were saying that was significant because we broke a previous high, but I explained that in my previous video. It was not significant whatsoever, and we're on the daily chart right now, guys. We saw a breakdown through 6,000, and we didn't quite see enough volume there for it to be significant, and I pointed that out in my previous video I made 2 days ago. I said we expected to see more downside. Once we break 5,000, and this is what I pointed out in my previous video, once we break 5,000, there's no significant support until 3,000. If you look over here, the only reference action we have is this rejection here in July of 2017, consolidation, pullback, rejection in 2017, and then we finally break out here on volume. Let me zoom into it so you guys can see better. Here we go. So then we break out here with increased volume on the daily chart and push back up. We see a pullback, rejection, and then we find support on it here. So we have 3 confirmed levels on volume. Look at this, huge volume, volume right here, and volume right here to testify that this is going to be, that 3,000 is going to be a support level, okay? And then we saw rejections here on 5,000, a pullback, breakout on volume here over 5,000, a touch right here, a pullback right here. We move the chart over. You can see we've been defending this 5,000 for a while. Now, this is more like defending 6,000. But mentally, 5,000 is a strong psychological level, right? So once we broke 5,000, the orange line, there was no significant support until 3,000, okay? And if we break 3,000, I'm not even going to talk about that because it just gets pretty ugly from there, and that's a seriously extended move, okay? But we're in a situation where we just broke 6,000 in early November, and we're already almost down 50%, okay? And Ethereum actually is down 50%. Let me pull up Ethereum real quick. Pull up Ethereum since the beginning of November. Let me see if I'm correct. Yeah, 50%. So Ethereum's down a ton. Bitcoin's on its way. I'm not even going to look at the other altcoins right now. But the whole point, oops, let me get rid of that there. That was some technical analysis I made a while back and sent out to my chat room. So here on, let me pull back up. I was on Coinbase. There we go. This is the other chart was Bitfinex, by the way. So essentially right now, that because we're in the we're essentially mid channel right now between 5 and 3,000, right? Essentially mid channel. Okay, look at the volume. I'll even jump over here to the 1 week time frame so you can see. This is significant bearish volume. It's not as high as we've seen previously, but we have sold off a lot so far. So this is a climax. Okay, this sort of volume is acceptable. These previous 2 weeks, we weren't even anywhere. We're right here. We're breaking records. This is the highest volume we've seen since what, February? Yeah, February, as far as overwhelmingly bearish volume goes. And so right now we're seeing that pullback to 3,000. What does this mean? Let's say if you're currently long right now, you should have stopped out. If you've been long over 5,000 and you're not intending to accumulate on a weekly basis small amounts and you're looking to trade this, you should have stopped out by now, because the idea is that there's going to be a bounce, because when you see overextended move to the downside, it's likely to cause a supply imbalance, and we're going to see demand come in and support that. However, it's likely that if you're a day trader, you're using enough size that this is going to be outside of your risk parameters. And so far, we've been completely bounceless. The bulls haven't defended this price action at all. All we've seen is essentially just heavy selling pressure all the way from the 6,400 down to the 3,900. Again, that 3,000 level is the only significant support level. But when you have a situation where The bulls are nowhere to be seen. You know, all the excitement has left the market. There's other more speculative assets to trade right now that are moving. You know, example, you know, the weed industry has been moving a lot right now. We have had a couple low floats in the stock market that have really been running. If you want to look at one of the weed stocks, look at Tilray. You know, IGC, there are a ton. In those situations, people are moving their money out of the market. Bitcoin isn't exciting right now. You know, cryptocurrency isn't exciting right now to the general public. So if you're a day trader, you're looking to trade these small bounces. You know, I can see it. If we jump over here to the 15-minute, you can see we've already had a small bounce here from lows of 3,800. We bounced all the way up to 4,000. A $200 scalp there, you know, if you had one Bitcoin. So the opportunity is there, but on the long side, the odds are stacked against you because every bounce is going to be heavily shorted. Look at these wicks here into 4,000. Look at this. We pushed up here into 4,000, got instantly stuffed, and we're trading on where the volume's fading. The bulls aren't rushing in here to buy this. Essentially, and I'm going to go ahead and bet a lot of these green candles are just shorts covering their positions. The shorts are essentially just creating liquidity for themselves to re-short. That's basically what's happening, you know? You know, for example, you have the shorts who got short up here at 4,300. They're covering right now. And the people who covered in 6,000 or who covered in 4,300 are looking to re-short the bounce. Okay, we'll jump over to the Bitfinex long chart. Let's go to the Bitfinex long chart on the hourly. You can see here, since this big red candle right here, this is the initial break of 6,000. Okay, they're on the 20th. And then so far we've chopped long. The longs haven't been accumulating. They've bought a little bit, take profits right away. They buy some more, take profits right away. Go to the 4-hour chart. As far as let me go to the daily, this will look better. As far as how many longs are in the market right now on Bitfinex, we've been uptrending on the daily chart. Yeah, but it's not significant because we're still hanging below what? October levels, right? When Bitcoin was at higher prices. So we jump over to the Bitfinex short chart. What are we seeing on the shorts? Okay, we saw, you know, y'all know this big cup and handle pattern. There's significant, you know, $4,000 open interest there in the shorts. We saw some covering here as shorts covered into the liquidity the longs created there just by buying, right? Or the longs traded by or selling their positions. And then we're just seeing shorts increase. There's complete confidence here on the daily chart for the shorts. Of course, there's periods where they take profit when Bitcoin goes down. They take profits into that liquidity that's created by the longs dumping, or shorts reshorting. It's really a mixture of both, honestly, at this point. But they're not. There's no fear. There's no fear from the shorts right now. Okay, everyone was waiting for the big short squeeze, and don't get me wrong, I wasn't super excited for it if it did happen. But the conditions in the market haven't set up to allow that to happen. Okay, the shorts are continuing to escalate. I guess I'll just set an alert for whenever they get over 40,000. I'll come back and check the chart to see if that short play setup will happen there again in the future. But as far as Bitcoin goes right now, you know, on Bitfinex we're sitting at 3,900, Coinbase 3,800. 3,000 again is the most significant support level, but we already broke 5,000. We've been essentially bounceless. So what I recommend that, guys, is just be very careful. Be very careful. And I said that in the previous video, to protect your money. You know, it's one of the most important things that you do have is the capital that you've worked hard for. Okay. If you're an advanced trader, go for it. This is scalp city, baby. I mean, on the shorter term time frames, you can look at the 5-minute, waiting for a significant yank. You can use whatever technical indicator, RSI, MACD, you know, POP, whatever indicator you want to use, you can use that, and you can scalp these small moves and make a little bit of money. Okay, just keep in mind the risk to reward. You know, a lot of the time you're going to be getting a lot of this type of price action. We're not going to see heavy volatility, and it just isn't worth it. If you're a newer trader, you're looking to learn, this is not, especially if you can't short. You know, generally I'm speaking for long side only. But if you can't short, this is not the market to learn, guys. The odds are stacked against you. The shorts and the bears are entirely in control right now. The most obvious level for us to bounce is 3,000, but I say that with a very, very large grain of salt because, as you can see, there's, again, returning to the market sentiment, we're turning to how CNBC and how other media outlets are portraying cryptocurrency at the moment. Turning to look at the Google Bitcoin search trends. You know, cryptocurrency isn't popular right now. It's not what's hot. It's not where the money is going. Money is currently exiting the market. We're already at 14 minutes here, but guys, I'll keep going. I'm going to keep going with this monologue, guys. One of the other points I wanted to make is, let me pull up the traditional markets right now. So here we have the SPY, right? I'm going to go to the yearly chart, the year 1 day chart. So you can see we've been selling off since essentially September. One of the ideas that a lot of people have, you know, spoken about in cryptocurrency, and I've consistently refuted, is the fact that when Bitcoin is supposed to act as a hedge against traditional fiat, right? A lot of people believe that, guys, and just don't believe it. And if look, so what we've been doing right now for the past, let me go to the 180 days. Let me bring it back since September. We've been downtrending, okay? We've had a couple bounces, but we've been downtrending since September, okay, in the traditional markets. And what has Bitcoin been doing? The same thing. That was the wrong tool. The exact same thing. It's just been downtrending since September. And now we're seeing an escalation of a breakdown. We go over to traditional markets, and what do we see? We're seeing an escalated breakdown right here. The market's turning down. Cryptocurrency is not a hedge against, a economy downturn. There might be some situations where it has worked, in like Venezuela or other countries like that. That's absolutely fantastic. But in general, the general public is not going to flee to magic internet money when the market downturns, and that's my call for it. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just keep that in mind. If you happen to see a very, very strong proof of cryptocurrency ever acting as a hedge, shoot me a PM and let me know, and I will get on that right away. But right now, the traditional markets are selling off, the SPY is selling off, cryptocurrency selling off. You can look at the Dow Jones, same thing. Look at this consistent downtrend. We can go over the past 20 days. Look at the past 20 days, guys. Just downtrending. So cryptocurrency is not currently a hedge. So if you are a trader right now and you are not trading because or you've been getting burned trying to trade this on the long side, what I recommend for you to do is stay subscribed. I'm going to have a lot more content coming out regarding trading in the traditional market. And my method that I'm going to be using is a little bit different than you might have heard of. I'm not actually going to be trading the outright stocks. I am trading options, which allows you to use a smaller account because options are leverage and still make a pretty good amount of money, guys. A lot of money. It's a lot like crypto in that sense, where you can make 20, 30, 40%, in a day, or definitely in a week, depending on your risk parameters. And that's what I'm focused on right now, and I'm developing content for you guys regarding that in the future. As far as cryptocurrency, yes, I chart it every day. I check all the charts every day. I compare the altcoins every day. However, right now, this is not where the opportunity is. It's not here in cryptocurrency. I've pointed out my levels that I find significant is 3,000. That's what I said, 10 days ago in the previous video, and that's what it is now. The likelihood we see a bounce before then, I think it is pretty likely. It just makes sense based on what we've been seeing here so far. But just remember, just because it's down doesn't mean it has to bounce. I would be buying this and playing this bounce play if cryptocurrency was still hot. If we were still seeing those, January, February, that time frame where it just hit 20K, people were still hyped about it, then I would be playing those bounces just like I was back then. Right now, given how long we've been seeing this just stagnant consolidation, this move is justified. This is the panic and the fear and the final breakdown. So be careful if you have a long-term mindset and you're looking to scalp this area. 3,000 is my main focus. Any break of 3,000, guys, I don't really know what to tell you. It's pretty much just, okay, well, we'll wait and see when it bounces. I'll keep charting. I'll keep looking for the daily. But, between 3,000 even, 3,500 seems like a decent area for a bounce play attempt. As far as alternate coins, guys, I'll just go over those in another video. We're already at about 20 minutes right here. I intended for this to be quick, but I just went on and on and on. If you guys have any questions about anything, guys, shoot me an email, leave a comment below, hit me up on Twitter. I am here to help you guys, so reach out. A lot of you, already have, and I appreciate that. There's my phone going off. But yeah, if you need anything, guys, I do have a private Discord where we'll just sit there and talk trading, traditional markets, cryptocurrency, whatever it may be. And I have information about that on my Patreon. I have a mentorship service if you're looking to take your trading, a little bit deeper, a little bit in the next level, and you're just tired of dealing with this low volume chop, or you have been trading the traditional markets, you're looking to learn a little bit more. You can go ahead and sign up there and just shoot me an email. I'll answer your questions there as well, guys. Again, I'm here to help you out. And now I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. 19 minutes. I haven't made a video this long in a while. But guys, continue to stay focused. And just remember to learn to control your emotions and develop that bot mentality, which is the trading mentality, so you can trade like a machine, guys. I'm out of here. Deuces.